So you and your boo have different sex drives, maybe different sexual appetites. You like to be sexual in different ways. First of all, pretty commonplace. Second of all, not the be all end all problem of your relationship. Let's talk about it. I'm Darshana Avila, your guide to all things erotic wholeness. Love chatting with you about sex, intimacy, relationships, kink, queerness, how to really explore being your most authentic and satisfied self in your relationship. So let's get to it. What do you do if you are connecting with someone? Maybe it's a long term partner, maybe it's a newer relationship. And what you're finding is you have a different desire for the frequency of sex, the way that you're having sex, whatever it might be. The first thing is to not despair of this. Let's not go ahead and create a bigger problem than there is by exaggerating, by getting all fear based, by catastrophizing. Oh my God, this is the worst possible thing. Also, what not to do, because I guess that's what we're starting with. Please do not finger point. You always, you never, I always, you da, 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 da. That kind of I'm over here, you're over there, where we're throwing stones certainly is not going to be the thing that helps you create a bridge to connect in ways that can be mutually satisfying. So, all of that aside, let's just assume the finger pointing is not happening, the catastrophizing isn't happening, and you and your partner are actually sitting down saying, what do we do about this? We're into each other. We care about each other. We would like to be connecting more with one another. Assuming those are all mutual yeses, then there's a whole lot of possibility and a whole conversation that can unfold from here. For starters, it's a great opportunity to talk about why the way you want to have sex is the way you want to have sex. Now, there's nuance to this. What does it mean? What is the deeper value? For instance, if you're someone who likes to have passionate sex and you really want that experience of being taken, being desired, unpack that a little bit. Be able to share with your partner more than just saying, well, I like it rough, or I want you to take me. Speak about the value, speak about the way that that makes you feel, speak about your desire for surrender, to have somebody really take control of you, to feel both a little bit afraid, but also safe in that connection and the hotness that that could give rise to. When we take the time to really understand more about why we like what we like and want what we want sexually, we're then in a position to come to conversations with our partners, with our lovers, with a far more meaningful dialogue about the needs that we're trying to get met, the desires that we're trying to get met. And it often is the truth that as you start to go layers beneath the surface of how you want to be sexual, and you are talking more about the value and the meaning that it holds for you personally, that can be more relatable to the person than the sex itself. So, oh, you want to feel taken care of. Oh, you get turned on by something that's like that has like a hint of like, ooh, danger, but also safety. Okay, I can get on board with this. And then you also can start to get creative together. How might we come up with different role plays, scenarios, ways of being sexual that meet the desire and may look a little bit different in terms of the activity? This is something that I want to be clear, it does take some time, right? And often this is what I'm helping my clients with. Like it be very helpful to have somebody guide you in going layers beneath the surface to really get in touch with your erotic why, the core themes that drive you, the things that are really motivating you. And then you again come to your conversations with your people way more informed and way more equipped to collaborate on, hey, here's something that we could try out together. Now, when it comes to frequency, here, I get that this can be a tender edge, especially if one partner wants a lot more sex and is in the position of feeling like damned if they do, damned if they don't. If I ask for it, I'm going to upset you. If I don't ask for it, I'm not going to get my needs met. It can be really tender when libido differs and simply the desire for amount of sex is a significant disparity between two or more people. So, what I want to say to that one is first and foremost, and you may not like this, but you need to hear this. We don't owe our partners sex. We don't owe them orgasms. There's not actually a contract, unless, of course, you have signed such a contract. There's not a contract that says, because I enter into a relationship with you, I am guaranteeing you all the sex that you want. Now, in a very misogynistic, patriarchal, antiquated way, yeah, that is exactly how marriage and the institute of like the cis heteronormative way of relating has like indoctrinated us to believe we owe this to our partners. But in actuality, we don't. And so examining the ways that you might feel entitled is something worth looking at here. Like I said, you might not like hearing what I have to say, doesn't mean it isn't valuable. And when you start to examine your feelings of entitlement or your feelings of resentment, and you can again get in touch with some deeper layers beneath the surface of that, you can show up and have more vulnerable conversations. And then there's room for collaboration when we can be curious, for instance, why doesn't one person want as much sex? Maybe it's because they're not having sex that they like. And so, if you collaborate together on creating sexual experiences that are meeting both of your needs in a better way, chances are good the one who's wanted it less will want it more. Again, compromise, creativity, these things really go a long way. And I want to emphasize having somebody who is skilled at helping to facilitate this kind of conversation could be one of the best investments you ever make, especially if you are in a loving, committed relationship where so many things are going right between you, and yet you continually struggle. That is the profile of so many of the couples that I work with. We love each other, things are great, we parent well together, we're friends, we're all this stuff, but we can't seem to sync up in our sex life. Something just keeps constantly feeling like a miss. I've gotten rejected so many times that I don't even want to initiate anymore. I feel pressured to provide my partner with this. These are stories that I hear all the time. So you're not alone. It's not just you. It's also not a hopeless situation. Get yourselves into the place of more vulnerability, more honesty, more creativity, and collaboration about the whys and the how to iterate and resolve this. And your intimate life truly can transform. If this was helpful, I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you've got questions for me, come on over into Galgasm, my free community. Reach out through my website. If you're wanting me to be the person to guide you and your partner, let's talk about it. You've got options, and I look forward to getting to know you if that is an exploration you want to take. See you around.